is a bit different than most people. It will be a spicy sauce. It's not a tomato ketchup or tomato sauce. Ghost pepper is about to bring some heat. Garlic will bring the garlic flavor. We'll add some sugar, a couple of different vinegars. Okay, I've already taken some of them off. You're not really trying to cook these. They will be cooked later. What you're trying to do is char the skin. So let me go ahead and finish all of these, and then we'll come back later. This is what I always say, if mistakes are made, they should be shown. So after cooking for more than an hour, everything mixed together, pureed, this is the thickness. These are 1.75 liter bottles. What I'll do is I'll fill these tonight. Well, hello there. Welcome to our channel, my friend Bob. In the last few weeks, we've been trying to preserve or coming up with ways to keep whatever we have grown. You saw a video where we bought tomatoes from a farmer's stand. We got 30 pounds and that was far too much. And the last video from last week, link in the description. If you go and watch, we converted them into beautiful sun-dried tomatoes. Now with the rest of them, I will do a sauce, and I'll show you a process that is a bit different than most people. It will be a spicy sauce. It's not a tomato ketchup or tomato sauce. It's really a spicy sauce. We will use some spicy peppers. I will show you a technique of coming up with that smoky flavor, which is very unique to somebody I saw in my family doing it, and I really appreciate. So keep on watching. Watch till the end and let's do the journey together. So remember the song from the 80s, Kenny Loggins, Danger Zone? We are getting into danger zone now. Why? We're about to start something with ghost pepper. I weighed it, it's around like 10 ounces. Then to bring a lot of flavor, I peel some garlic. With garlic, I can have as much as anybody can. The only issue is I got tired. It was like 3 cloves of garlic, which I did. I could have done more if I was not lazy. What I'm about to do, here we go. We have, so I'm about to show you something. A bowl which is a bit bigger. I'll put it upside down in my container, and I'll put this one facing up. Why? You'll see soon. Okay, this is where you have to wear gloves. The way I do things is not the right way to do it, but that said, I don't think I'll ever learn in my life. Now, I'll put these in this pot, and let me put it first and then I'll move the camera around. Please don't do it without gloves. Now, told you like I have this peeled garlic that will go in here also. And I know everybody's like, what's going on? It's a very interesting process that will give your sauce a lot of smoky flavor. So this is what the inside looks like. So I have one bowl underneath, one on top. What I'm doing over here, I'm doing this for my tomatoes. But see this wood charcoal? I'm burning it. I want it to get to the point that it gets a bit of red color. Once I'm ready with it, I'll move this into that pan and I'll show you magic. So as I was showing, I was trying to get this to char a bit or get that amber color. Let me do it quicker. If you have a torch, you can do it that way also. That's quicker. Going this route, the biggest issue is your stove is not clean. You have to do a lot of cleaning. So I think you can see a bit of red happening. I'll move this in here. I had another charcoal over here. You can see it red, it goes in here. This is where the magic starts. You need a bit of oil and you need a lid. Let me switch this off. Put a few drops of oil where in the upper bowl where you had, so you can see the smoke, covered with the lid. So you see that smoke is happening. I let it sit till all the smoke is gone, and this will bring a smoky flavor to both our garlic and our ghost pepper. Keep in mind the charcoal you use in over here should be wooden charcoal, not that old-fashioned oil-based charcoal. So let's get ready. This is hot enough. We'll take our tomatoes and we'll start putting them on here. I'm also doing something that I want to explain the difference. Take your tomatoes, put in a bowl. Add some oil. You can go into a good olive oil. I think that's an overkill. This is too full. Just any oil will be good because what you're trying to do is, again, that smoky flavor. The char on this will be a bit different than the ones where we don't have any oil. Okay, a bit of a char happening already. I'll see how the char starts happening, and that's where I'll play around with the heat. Right now the heat is on maximum. I let this sit on the heat for a good 5 or 7 minutes, almost a pre-heat concept, what you do to your oven. So same logic. Okay, I've already taken some of them off. You're not really trying to cook these. They will be cooked later. What you're trying to do is char the skin. We let it cool down, and you really don't care that if all the skin cannot come off. Bit of char can go in. It will just enhance the flavor of what we're trying to do. These might need a minute, so what I can do is start putting these ones with the oil over here. Now, I mentioned earlier with the oil, as soon as it hits the skillet, smoke is happening. So the smoke will bring its own flavor. So let me go ahead and finish all of these, and then we'll come back later when we're ready to peel all of them. So my ghost pepper with the garlic has been going on medium to high heat. I've moved it around a couple of times, so almost half an hour. I'm doing it in a separate pot, and my reasoning is these are super spicy chili peppers. Because I have to crush them, I want to do them differently. Tomatoes will go in this bigger pot. I didn't have a pot which is good to the size. That's the best I have. The tomatoes, so they cool down a bit. Actually, they're cold enough. All I'm about to do is peel as much as I can. I'm not about to go crazy. Whatever I can, and this goes straight in. I do like that some of the char still goes in there, it will give it the sauce will have a beautiful color because of this. What do I have over here? I told you my garlic and my ghost pepper. I did put a cup of water in there for it to cook. What else do I have? I have a cup of sugar, regular white sugar. I have a cup each of white vinegar, a synthetic store-bought, and apple cider vinegar. It's a cup each. I will eventually use some salt. Salt will come towards the end because salt is one of those things that everybody has a different taste but for salt. So around the time when this sauce is totally ready, I would use the salt. So 2 things to do: crush our peppers This is not the right way to do it. I think I need the other blender because it's coming everywhere and it's super spicy. Mistake I made, and this is what I always say, if mistakes are made, this should be shown on our channel. Now, and in my tomatoes now, what I'll do is I'll put everything I had. So the vinegar is going in there. The sugar is going in there. If I need more water, I might add. Right now, I don't think. I'm just doing it away from my body so you can see this closer to you. But the point is for it to cook down, then I'll add that mix of spice in here. So after cooking for more than an hour, everything mixed together, pureed, this is the thickness. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't see a reason that it should be thickened. You can thicken it with, if you want a little bit of a pectin or even cornstarch. I don't think it needs to because once it starts settling down, it will come out pretty good. I still have a bit more of tomatoes over here in my blender, which I have not used, and I will. Already tasted it without the salt. It is on the spicier side. But what I realized was the sweetness of tomato was coming through. I could not taste the sugar itself, and I could not taste the vinegar. But you know what? Once these sauces sit down, settle down, they do change. I have almost a cup of salt now, which I'll add in here. And after I taste it, I'll figure it out that do I need more salt or not. I think it should be enough. The good thing is if the salt is too much, I still have almost 64 ounces of tomato puree. So I can cut it down. If I don't have enough, I can always add. So let's taste it. One thing about spicy sauces, not only they could be spicy, but at the same time, if they're hot, somehow you're not able to taste the flavor properly. So let's give it a minute or two, or in my case, I can just blow on it. I can smell a lot of tomato in it. The funny thing is how spicy it was. I don't smell that spicy chili smell in it. It's just really like tomato, tomato, tomato. Okay, ready? Spicy. Spicy is towards the middle of the tongue. In your nose, the tomato flavor is hitting. I do think it can take more salt. So I've been using kosher salt. So let's do like this much more because salt will also help it to mature a bit. So I think we have enough salt. I will move everything in here. I've already switched off the heat. As I said, I do have almost like 64 ounces of tomato puree, which I'll pour in here. And then I'll pour all this liquid in here. Let it sit and cool down a bit. And then I have balls behind me that I'll put them in those for the next few days or so. The reason I do that because sauces like these still like to mature a bit. So I'll leave them in those until I put them in bottles the bottles I buy to gift other people. That's a lot of sauce. So most everything is done. Things are in the dishwasher. It's still a bit warm. These are 1.75 liter bottles. What I'll do is I'll fill these tonight, and then the next few days we'll figure it out. Since it's warm, once I fill them, I would not close the lid because that can break the bottle. As I'm doing this, I can surely say I'm very proud of the flavor, the way it worked out. I wasn't sure how the flavor would work out. I have not done this before. I've done with different chili peppers. But the amount of tomatoes which went in it, they are creating a sweetness which is very tomatoey. And the super spicy ghost pepper is ghost pepper. So in the end, making this sauce took me almost 6 hours, step by step, and cooking it down. We were able to make almost 7 liter, which is almost around 1.9 gallons. That's a lot of sauce. So our hot sauce sat in these bowls for around 24 hours. Now I'll move them into some of the smaller bottles. I think this is a 5-ounce bottle, if I'm not wrong. So then so that I can give to other people. I'm not filling a lot of bottles right now because I want to see, because it can sit over here as long as I want. And whenever I need more, I can just fill more bottles. Fill bottle like this much. There's a lot of salt in it. So even though it's cooked, it might still be fermenting a bit. Cover with this drip and then close it. Now I have these make them airtight. All you need for this is a hairdryer. Some people do it with hot water. You can do it, but I've never tried it. So all you're trying to do is closing it, and it looks more presentable. One thing I'll do later is to put labels on it. I've already think of the name. I'm thinking of calling it Ghost Tomato. Now look at it, how beautiful it looks. With this label, dated, give it to somebody for a holiday or whatever that occasion might be. People will really appreciate this. I hope that you also try this hot sauce. A lot of tomatoes, not that much ghost pepper, but it did become very spicy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.